guys, welcome to the channel. Oh, let's make sure we're not muted there. Welcome to the channel. I am Books Nelson with the Emi Bro Show, and we're going to be doing a deep dive into Christian Wood. Now, unless a guy's a post-up specialist and we really need to look at his animations, or he has an 86 ball control, I don't usually do these kind of role player guys because their animations are less important than guys who are playmakers. However, if you look over here, you'll see Christian Wood has the Hall of Fame quick first step. So usually this means that there's going to be at least one dribble that he can explode out of pretty quickly. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, let's go over the character overall. So he's 6'10". He feels like a pretty big 6'10". And he's an elite three-point shooter at the 4 and 5. Right? So he's in that Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis kind of vibe. The only thing, he doesn't have range extender, so let's understand that, which puts him a little more in the Chris Webber kind of vibe. But he's definitely more athletic of a card. Although Webber in the game is pretty athletic, this card definitely is more of a runny, jumpy kind of card. Now I have a shoe on him pushing his ball handles to 72, and this is why I have these shoes, so I can see what they look like in a raw environment with their ball handles, because these bigs don't, for most coaches, they don't get a ball handle boost. So let's see here. So now the one thing I would warn about is he's not a post-up guy, but most importantly, great rebounder. Solid perimeter defense, not elite by any stretch. Lateral quickness is a 76, could be worse, could be better. He's definitely able to get burned, which I think is a big minus on the card. Speed is at 87, which is very respectable at his height at 6'10". I'd actually go as far as say it's good, but really it's here. It's the strength rating of 75, which might scare some people off of the card with good reason. Depending on who you're going up against, though. Every card in the game can't post up. I would say that more warns you off of the 5 than the 4, because there's a lot of good 4s in this game that aren't good post-up players. Now, all that having been said, he does have the clamps to help a lot with that lateral quickness, give him those good animations. So that might make him a much better defender. And he also has moving truck, intimidator, and post-move lockdown. So even though he doesn't have the ratings to make him a good post-up player, he does have a post-up defender. He does have the badges to make him a good post-up defender. And that might literally be the difference between him working and him not working. We see here basically a high-level finisher. I wouldn't say elite. Definitely missing slithery, but he does have contact on Hall of Fame as well as Lob City and consistent finisher on Hall of Fame and Pro Touch and all that other stuff. So he can definitely finish. He's missing one elite finishing badge. Won't kill him for that. And here we see he has the catch and shoot. Again, probably an elite shooter minus range extender. And I'm not one of those people that thinks every single card. Whoa, 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 whoa. I apologize. Put the stream on there. My bad. Okay. B. Wilson, Giovanni Switchlord, Render, what's up, what's up? So, yeah, so I just unlocked this Christian Wood, and he has a lot going for him. He has a lot going for him. A lot of really great shooting badges as well. I think this card might be a solid slashing, shooting guy who might play better defense because of his height, because of his vertical, because of his speed. He might play better defense than you think, but that is not why I decided to make a video on Christian Wood. So like I said, I put a shoe on him, and guys, from the Oladipo videos and stuff like that, ball handling shoes are pretty cheap. So this is a free card that's going to be in your collection forever. So if you put a ball handling shoe on him, it's because you're going to use him for a while. So I really wanted to get into what his animations look like. First, I'll just show you the shot. Green right off the bat. It's a very, very good release, and these are the hot zones. Nothing special, but for a big, he does have both corners, which is excellent. So when you're playing with other characters, and you can just see his height, he just looks very tall. Looks very tall. But alright, so why did I make this vid? I wanted to show you guys this guy's animations. So first and foremost, he has a really nice, so mind you, this is with a shoe, pushing it from 69 to 72. That 70 is an important threshold. It's the first version of, well, maybe there's one earlier where you drop the ball all the time. But in terms of ball handlers, getting to that 70 ball handle is when you can unlock the decent dribbles, and obviously the elite dribbles at 86. So we see here, he has a good between the legs and a good crossover and a good behind the back. This is important because you can explode out of all of these moves, right? So you can explode out of that. I wouldn't even say behind the screen. The thing is, if you're playing it, because he doesn't have range extender, people might be inclined to sag off on him, and then you hit a couple of these in their faces, and they might want to push up, and that's when his dribble package comes into play, right? So first of all, you see there he has an elite step back. Elite step back for a shooter. So you can play the Bam Adebayo game where he comes around the perimeter, steps back, and then attacks, right? So that's going to be pretty strong for him. Another thing that he has going for him is he has that Thon Maker size up, that the explosion out of this is just really fast for a big. Now, his dribbles going to the basket are generally not strong, but there are two moves he has going to the basket that are very strong, right? So one, sorry, I did that absolutely wrong. So one move going to the basket for him that's really strong is off of this kind of explosion is the spin dunk. He can do that spin dunk from pretty far away. So of course, if you can spin dunk, you can also hop dunk. And if you're looking to continue your dribbles, say you start from a little farther out. So I'm not even going to show you guys, but the behind the back, the crossover, the between the legs, they're all a no-go. However, if you are going to the basket, his hesitation into the crossover is very good in the half court. Even in the half court, step back, size up, left stick hesitation. Look at the speed of that cross. I'm sorry, I said left stick hesitation. What I mean is hesitation into the left stick crossover, right? So you go forward, hesitation, left stick crossover, boom. He didn't get the full hezi there, but even when you get that hezi, it's really, really good. But his other one is downright glitchy, man. So he's good on both of those, and I mean I would say that's pretty much it in terms of what I found with Christian Wood. Again, not the most creative card in the world, but I think he's a little cheesier than people expect him to be. He's a little bit like Thon Maker, I would say. He's got no range extender, but he's got just enough moves. What's up, Smiles? He's got just enough moves for this kind of archetype for you to really exploit certain matchups, especially if people are running a slow center. You can bring him out here, hit the same amount of threes as Thon. You just won't be able to hit them from range extender range. That's the main thing. His shot is phenomenal, though. Like, I mean, this is a gorgeous green window shot. So with the green window that big, he's pretty fast. If you throw a relatively cheap ball handling shoe on him, it's going to unlock all of these great dribbles that he has access to. And there you see is between the legs. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it could be better. Let's see if he can do the half spin combo while we're here. He can do the half spin between the legs. Again, it's not super fast with him, but keep in mind who's going to be guarding you. If it's a small, once you get to the free throw line, you're in the post already. So, and if it's a big, you can always hit him with the step back and go up on him as well. And if they guard you on the step back, you've got the double step back because of his fantastic step back animation. So that's pretty much it. He's got, you know, fantastic explosion out of his size up right there. That's just tapping up on the stick or left trigger. That's really good. He's got the elite level step back. So off of that step back, he can do anything he wants. And he also has a high default size up package that allows him to cross over and go between the legs pretty swiftly for a big guy. That lets you get into that spin dunk, hop dunk area pretty quickly. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for Christian Wood. Not the longest deep dive in the world. Well, actually, before I leave, let's look at his dunks and layups just to see what he's got going. Fairly standard stuff for a big. I anticipate, again, most of you guys going to the basket with Christian Wood aren't looking to do layups. Probably only contact layups if you absolutely have to. So here's what his dunks look like. He has really solid athletic dunk packages across the board from what I've seen. You know, nothing too alarming, nothing too amazing, but he's going to be a solid finisher at 6'10" with an 87 speed. That's pretty great. You know, so I do think he is, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call him a hidden gem or anything. I just think he's pretty solid. I just think he's a pretty solid card and better than a lot of the power forwards in this game. Even at the diamond and pink diamond level, there's a, you know, because cards are so outdated, there might be some cards kind of hanging around in your direction. If you're not looking at a scorer from that position, or if you run small tens like Bam and Anthony Davis, this guy might be a backup, especially for those of you who can't afford Anthony Davis, or if you wanted to sell him. He's not as good as AD, but he's got some things that make him usable for sure. And I would say I definitely like the card, and I would, if he performs well defensively because of all of those great defensive badges, he might even go higher up on how I feel about the card, because between his dribble moves, his solid dunk packages, his super glitchy spin dunk, and his phenomenal green release window. Like, some people might like him more than certain cards just because of that green release window. You know, the green release window is like really exceptional. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, his spin dunk, as you can see, super glitchy, just like really good. Yeah, I think Christian was a solid card, and I think he's going to perform well for some people, especially if you really learn how to play him and feed into his elite tools with the step back, the size up, the hop dunks, and all of that stuff. I think this card's kind of glitchy. All right. What about Costas? I might grab the Costas. If Costas, yeah, I'll grab that Costas since I'm getting requests for it. I like to handle a request for you guys, and as you can see, if you take a look at the MT, we have been stacking MT, guys, and we haven't even sold our resources yet. We have a lot of stuff in the auction house that we can send out. A lot of cards I'm evoing while I do these spotlight challenges. And yeah, oh yeah, please hit the like button, like and subscribe. But as you can see, we're starting to move up that MT ladder. We've got 604, almost 605. So I'm pretty happy with that so far with the MT. And in resources, I probably have something, in terms of what I'm willing to let go, I probably have something like another I'd probably say another 200K that I could let go without even hurting my lineup. The main thing is, right now, I want to get these collector levels up because I want to get these 200 tokens here, which I'm not too far off from. Obviously, I'm about 300 cards away. So, just under 300 cards away. So, once I get these tokens, I might not care about collector levels at that point, and then I might sell everything in my collection. And that'll net us a lot of MT. So the plan for me might be get these 200 tokens. I might pass on these 300 tokens and then sell everything, all of my spotlight to be done. Probably get another 200 to 300 KMT for the cards that I have. I haven't locked a whole bunch of stuff in, and then I will most likely focus on the prime rewards. Hopefully by that time we'll be looking around $1 million MT. But all right, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who are doing the spotlights to get that Pascal Siakam, hopefully this gave you a little insight into what Christian Wood can do and give you a reason to take him out there. He's probably fantastic in triple threat as well. So that's another use for him you might have. And if you like him, it might allow you to sell some other cards that play similar to him. Even like a Weber or something like that. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and peace.